Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, Kings and Queens. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, tuning into the lives, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, tuning into the premieres of my videos, tuning in real time, flash lives, etc., man. I really appreciate each and every one of you subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. This is a platform, Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion. That's how we do it here, man. If you love the sport of boxing, this is for you. That's what I'm talking about. It's as simple as that, man. It's as simple as that. I don't want to waste your time. You know what I'm saying? We'll get right to it. So, hey, I want to talk about here in this video about, Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo. I want to start with this. It's been a minute. It's been a minute how that the community has been hollering and pushing and insisting concerning Demetrius Andrade fighting Canelo, Jermall Charlo fighting Canelo. The fighters themselves also have been insisting for a long time. It's been for a minute. It's not something recent. It's not just because Canelo fought Billy Joe Saunders and blah blah blah. Great fight, great win. Hats off to Canelo. Always give him his props on that. And it's been for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the story about Canelo being at whatever weight division, 160, and then Charlo being the mandatory, and then him petitioning the franchise, blah 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 blah. Y'all know the story, And with Demetrius Andrade, him getting mediocre opponents for his whole career, and because he resigned to Hearn, blah blah blah. Everybody knows the story on that. I think everybody knows by now the whole situation between these two fighters, the situations between these two fighters with, Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo, And at this point in both of these fighters' careers, we got to understand that Demetrius Andrade just fought Liam Williams, if I'm mistaken his name is, right? Liam. I get mixed up with the Liams and Callums and all that from the UK, but it's all good, Liam Williams, gave a mediocre performance, whatever, in my humble opinion, concerning, Andrade and his performance. I thought he was going to go and take that dude out, but no way, man. And that's what happens. I've been saying time and time again. These guys, these top-notch, quote-unquote, elite fighters take these long breaks. More than likely, these underdogs, I've been saying it, these underdogs are going to come and give you that work. And they're going to make the top-notch names look mediocre. And it is what it is, man, But, hey, respect to Andrade. So I'm just explaining this so we can understand the whole background and the situation that these fighters are in. Everybody knows Jermall Charlo is going to fight this Montiel guy. And we all know, I've been saying it in my recent lives and stuff like that when we talk about this topic that, Charlo, it's kind of senseless, man, with all due respect I say it. It's senseless to call out Canelo right now. Why are they calling him out? Why is Demetrius Andrade? I understand, him calling out Canelo, and I give him his props. I've been saying that Demetrius Andrade, him pulling up, on the Canelo post-fight press conference after Billy Joe Saunders, that's great how he pulled up. None of these fighters are doing that, ladies and gentlemen. None of these fighters are doing that, and I want to bring that to our knowledge and to our recognition that none of these fighters are doing that, man. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I understand that it's been a big layoff and stuff like that because of the whole COVID stuff. But a lot of these fighters aren't doing that. Quick example. It's not to pick at them, but But it's just facts are facts. That's all I'm doing here. It's not to pick on people. It's just facts are facts. I mean, that's all it is. It's as simple as that. Keep it simple. Why complicate things? Bud Crawford, when he went to the Spence fight, he didn't go to the post-fight press. He didn't even go to the ring or nothing. He just walked out like nothing, like any other fan, fight fan or whatever, right? Should have pulled up on him, man. Should have went near the ring. Hey, what's up, Spence? Let's bring it. Let's fight, man. And do something. I don't know, but sitting there trying to pick fights with the crowd and whatever. That's his thing. Or whatever happened there, arguing with fans and stuff like that. Whatever, but. The ideal thing to do is that when you want to fight an opponent, fighters, don't just use your little Twitter stuff, don't use this little, Instagram. Who cares, man? I mean, that's great, but to a certain degree. But then what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Are you just going to sit there on your phone and record yourself and it's going to go viral? Oh my gosh, did you hear what he said? And, you know what I'm saying? You got to do more. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? And Andrade, that's why I say I take my hats off, man. I take my hat off to Andrade for what he did. He pulled up to the Canelo post-fight press conference. That's great. That's what you're supposed to do if you really want to fight. Now, to a certain degree, it's like, yeah, Andrade, you're not going to get that fight, man. And it's not just because, what Canelo said. It's not just because what Canelo said. You horrible fighter. Horrible. Yeah. That was funny, man. That was funny. But it's not because of what was said. We got to understand, man. A lot of people are just focusing on that. We got to understand. Canelo has said for a while that his objective is 168 undisputed. So there's no point really in Andrade. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's great that he pulled up, though, because no one's doing that. But realistically speaking, man, Canelo, he's going for plant. It's as simple as that. That's why I say it's not much sense in, with Charlo also calling out Canelo. I'll fight you now. I'll fight you next. It's like, dude, you're not going to get the fight, man. You're not going to get the fight, Charlo. Andrade, you're not going to get the fight. Canelo. Because plant's next for Canelo. That's simple. Now, the next best thing, that's what I'm saying here. Forget Canelo. Forget him, man. Just move on in life. You see, that's the thing about here, the fighters sometimes. It's just like they're hoping and, just waiting on this, big fight. Not just Canelo, generally speaking. Sometimes they're just waiting on a, wishing on a star to fight the big name, the big star out there to get the bag, whatever the heck the situation is. And sometimes these top guys, in this case Canelo, that's how it was with Floyd Mayweather. Everyone wanted that bag, that big fight with Floyd Mayweather. If these fighters have something else in mind and there are other plans, like in this case Canelo 168 undisputed, then just drop it, man. Do the next best thing. Do the next best thing. You see? Do the next best thing. Charlo has Montiel on his radar, on his list, or scheduled, whatever. It's already official. It's done. Well, quote unquote official, quote unquote, right? That's already set in stone. Okay. Charlo, Montiel. Demetrius Andrade just fought Liam Williams. So the next best thing. This is what I'm trying to push, because it's realistic. You see, it's realistic. It's not like pie in the sky fantasy stuff. I don't do fantasy stuff. Too much time to that's a waste of time for me. Other people do it. That's wonderful. Just for me, I'm speaking for myself. You see what I'm saying? I'm speaking for myself. It's a waste of time to talk fantasy fights, man. No way. I got no time for that. I talk more tangible, realistic things. As much as I can, at least. You see what I'm saying? So this is the more realistic next best thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. After Charlo smashes Montiel, which I think, theoretically speaking, at least, who knows with this break that Charlo has had for a long time. I think it was last fight he had Derevyanchenko. When was that? That was a long time ago. It was a while ago. As far as when we talk about the sport of boxing, okay. Speaking in the context of the sport of boxing, it's a while. It was a while ago. Who knows if Montiel, like I said, underdog, is going to show up and show out and make Charlo look mediocre. But I don't think Charlo's that type of guy, so I don't think he's going to look mediocre in there. So my point in saying this, once Charlo smashes Montiel, get him out of the way, get out of here. All due respect to Montiel, but y'all, we know what's going on there. Okay, so the next best thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm trying to say here. The next best thing is for Charlo, Andrade next. They're both at 160. Let's get it on, man. Stop the whole Canelo chasing thing. And I know the community wants it. Been clamoring for it. But realistically speaking, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to happen this year. And it's probably not even going to happen. Isn't that sad? And I'm not going to sit here and going over and over how sad it is and how horrible it is. Next best thing. Alternatives. Solutions. You see, I'm not going to cry over spilt milk and, oh man, Canelo's not going to fight Charlo. Oh well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Whatever happened for Canelo not to fight Charlo, we know the story there, but it is what it is, man. I'm sorry. That's why, this is exactly why a lot of communities been criticizing Canelo, man. And Canelo's to the point, if I'm not mistaken, I made a video about it recently. I don't recall where I said it or in a live session. Excuse me. That in, media or platforms, whatever we're going to call it, that have interviewed Canelo in Spanish, all in Spanish, from Mexico or what have you, or just mainly Spanish platforms. The first things they ask him is like, hey man, why, what do you say to the critics who said that you're just fighting this and that type of guy, you're not fighting these guys and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm tired of hearing, Canelo's tired of it. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, Benavidez just came out saying what I've been saying. It's reality, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez said he also said he's tired of the critics, man. He's tired of people, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even see the video. I just saw the title of the video. Sometimes I just don't have time to see all these things out here. There's so many videos and interviews coming out, all the time. So whatever. But Benavidez, if I'm not mistaken, just recently came out and said that Canelo's tired of the critics, man. But the reason why I say this is because there are critics. They're criticizing him for those reasons. So it's past. It is what it is. We're just facing facts here. Let's just face reality. It's not going to happen soon, okay? Whatever reason it was that Canelo didn't fight Charlo, whatever reason it was that Andrade didn't fight Canelo, and they're all different situations. When we face the facts and look at things at face value and just see what it is, and as a matter of fact, when we go deeper too and see the situations of these fighters, they're most likely not going to fight Canelo, man. Let's get over it. It is. So what's the next best thing? You see what I'm saying? What's the next best thing here? It's Charlo versus Andrade, ladies and gentlemen. Andrade has that WBO belt. You know what I'm saying? He has the WBO. Let's just face the facts. He's champ. He's a WBO champ. However the heck he got that belt, whatever. Whoever he fought to get that belt, I'm not too interested in that. Whatever. Because just look at his resume and yeah, it is what it is. And I know that the same argument can be for Charlo. Yeah, but look at his resume too. But yeah, it is what it is. Whatever. So, Demetrius Andrade has WBO belt. Charlo has a WBC belt champ. He's a WBC champ at 160. Why not make the fight? Let's just, stop the pie in the sky stuff and chasing Canelo. Fight each other, man. Fight each other. You see what I'm saying? And to add to this, I recall Andrade, if I'm not mistaken at least, and I constantly say if I'm not mistaken, because I can be, but I don't think I am, okay? I recall that Andrade said in this whole fiasco of the post-fight after, Canelo fought Saunders, blah, blah, blah. Andrade did mention in the multitude of all these interviews that he's been pushing, whatever, because he's desperate. He needs to fight somebody, man. He knows it. He's towards the end of his career. He knows it, okay? And that's another, I talked about that already before in other videos and stuff. So he, if I'm not mistaken, he mentioned that he's gonna go to the Charlo. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the more realistic stuff we're talking about. That he wants to go and that he's gonna show up to the Charlo versus Montiel. He's gonna show up, man. He's gonna show up and he's gonna do what he did to Canelo. Press conference, post-fight, whatever he's gonna do and however he's gonna do it, he's gonna show up to Charlo, man. He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up. I talked about this in my live session, my last flash live, but I want to make a video about this to emphasize the reality of this. This is the more realistic thing, ladies and gentlemen, for Andrade and Charlo, and this would be amazing. And when you analyze the time frames of when they fight and when they fought, in this case when Andrade fought and when Jermall Charlo is going to fight, it's the perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen, for them to fight around September. These two, get it on. Now, my question is this. How is Jermall Charlo going to react if and or when Demetrius Andrade pulls up to Charlo, in the Montiel fight? How is Charlo going to react? I don't want to hear this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm speaking for me. Please comment in the comment section of this video, man, and just opinionate. I want to hear you guys. I don't want to hear, man, Charlo bringing out some excuse, man. Andrade wants to fight. He wants the fight. And after Andrade fought Liam Williams, after he beat him, whatever, right? Post-fight interview, Eddie Hearn said, he said, hey, Charlo and Andrade got to fight. The champs got to fight each other. I know Eddie Hearn is hard to believe. He's a blabber. He yaps his jaw too much. Whatever. I don't believe a lot of what he says, okay? And I don't even have time to remotely hear him so much because all these freaking 1-hour interviews and oh my gosh, I have no time for that, man. Wow. That guy's in front of the camera more than his fighters. I mean, whatever. But I do think that he is really, I really think he's honest about him saying that Charlo and Andrade should fight. He said it clearly. Champs got to fight champs. Let's get that fight on. Let's do it, And Andrade's pushing for it. And if Andrade, this is going to be the culminating point, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the climax. If Andrade pulls up to to Charlo and Montiel fight, and if he pulls up to Charlo and confronts him, what's Charlo's reaction going to be? That's another point I wanted to emphasize in this video. I don't want to hear, this is what I'm getting at, I don't want to hear Charlo say, "Nah, man, I'm going to move up and fight Benavidez. Nah, that's my, no. Enough of it, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of this stuff, man. The boxing community's tired of hearing that. There, in my humble opinion, there's no excuse for this fight not to happen. This would be an amazing fight. I would love to see it. I think Charlo was going to take Andrade, man. If they fight, I think Charlo's going to beat him, man. But I want to see it. I want to see them fight. Stylistically speaking, it would be a very intriguing fight. That's the next best thing, ladies and gentlemen. And I know people are speculating out there, wherever it's coming from, that, Andrade moving up to fight Benavidez. That would be cool too. I would love to see that. But listen, please. I know people are talking about it, but why? Why Andrade move up to 168 to fight Benavidez? He don't have a belt right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it would be a great fight, but hey, this one makes more sense, ladies and gentlemen. Unify the titles, man. Unify the titles. WBO, WBC, these ABC titles, whatever you want to call them. Unify those belts, man. That's the next best thing to do for these fighters. That's the next best realistic thing. Now, let me point this out too. I made a video on it, okay? Charlo talked about in a video, whatever it was, I think it was on Custer interview, whatever, okay? He talked about that he wants to unify the belts, the titles, okay? So, but he was talking about Triple G. I think he mentioned Andrade in that. I don't recall, but I think he did. Now, the thing here is that this is my point of view. This is just my perspective. There's no point, man. I understand Triple G has the belt or belts, whatever the heck belts he has. I'm not too interested in that. Why? Because Triple G is out of his prime. He's up there in age. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to go fight this Murata guy. I made a video on that too. Triple G is looking for the easy competition. In other words, okay? I mean, let's just be realistic here. He's seeking the easy competition. And he wants the big bag for Canelo. He wants the last big bag before, to fight Canelo, and then Canelo's gonna knock him out and go retire, Triple G. Just leave already. This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm not too excited about these out of prime fighters that they overstay their in boxing. They overstay they prolong their careers in boxing when they're out of their prime. You know what I'm saying? These young prime champs will smash them. And I humbly believe that Triple G doesn't want to fight Charlo. He doesn't want to fight Andrade. He don't want to do that, man. He's going and jumping around, he wants to stay away from these guys. That's my humble opinion. You can believe what you want, you know what I'm saying? It's just my humble opinion, okay? So my point in saying this is that when Charlo talked about Triple G, I mean, I get it. You want to go get them belts, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? He's going to easily smash Triple G. That's just my humble opinion. I don't think Triple G is going to be too much of a competition against Charlo. I'm sure he will to a certain degree, but not really. Charlo's in his prime. My point in saying this, prime fighters got to fight prime fighters. Prime champs fight prime champs. You see what I'm saying here? Enough of this fighting these out of prime guys, these older guys who have their belts and, they're still trying to cling on to a name. I understand your name and stuff, but, I mean... enough of this, ladies and gentlemen. Enough of these, young prime champs going looking for these old guys. I say old because of the boxing context. I'm not saying they're not really old, really. But when it comes to boxing, and I've said it before, that's why I call my channel Renee Box Young. Boxing is a young man's sport. Renee, box young. Box young. You're supposed to box young in your prime and give it all you can. And go for the gusto while you can. Because when you get older, depending on the fighter, obviously, but when you're starting to push 35, 36, 37, you got to think about getting the heck out of boxing, man. You should have fought for legacy when you were younger. You should have fought for legacy when you were in your prime. You see what I'm saying? Triple G did a lot. He did great in his career. I'm not taking anything away from him, man. You know, fought Canelo twice, man. Fought Danny Jacobs. I mean, he has a nice career. I got nothing to take away from him. But now he's just pushing it, man. And this is exactly why he doesn't want to fight Charlo and Andrade. That's just my humble opinion. He don't want these guys, man. So, you know, go on and fight Triple G right now. Which is why I think that if there's a Canelo Triple G trilogy, which I think is, who cares, man? I don't care about that. Canelo's going to smash Triple G. He's going to make him look silly in there. He's going to knock him out, most likely. Because Triple G is way up there. He's out of it. So, I don't see much of a point. I get it. The titles, I get it. But that's Triple G's fault. For staying so long and, you know, lingering around. And if you get smashed, that's because that's Triple G's fault. Holding on to those belts and staying in the sport. You're like 38 now, almost 39 or whatever the heck your age is. I mean, he's up there. So my point in this is that if Charlo goes and fights Triple G, that's nice. I mean, he'll get the belts, but the best one, the better alternative, ladies and gentlemen, I call it alternative because Canelo's the first thing they want, but it's not going to happen. So the best alternative, the next best thing, ladies and gentlemen, make Charlo and Andrade. And I'm going to be watching closely. I'm going to be watching closely what Charlo reacts. If I reiterate, man, if Andrade pulls up on Charlo versus, you know, Montiel, whatever, and Andrade calls him out, man, Charlo, don't give no excuses. Don't give no, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, come on now. Let's go back a little bit. Andrade Benavidez, it sounds nice. It would be a competitive fight, blah, blah, blah. But Benavidez right now doesn't have a belt from what, last I know, last I seen. That's why Canelo went and ran to Yildirim to get that vacant belt because, you know, Benavidez missed weight and that belt was stripped of him or whatever you want to call it. That's why Canelo jumped to that opportunity. Easy work for a belt. You know what I'm saying? Let's just speak factual. I don't care, you know, if you think, oh, you're hating Canelo. Just miss me with that, man. This is not your channel. This is not for you. Go somewhere else. Okay? I mean, I said it time and time again, but the awesome thing is community rocks with me. Y'all know what it is here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be nice, Andrade versus Benavidez, but what's the point, man? Benavidez don't have a belt right now. So what's the point, Andrade, if you running up to 168? I know you're trying to make a big name for yourself. You're trying to get, you know, because you're desperate. You need a name. You need to get bigger. Whatever you want to call it. But that's not the best thing to do right now. In the context and time that these two fighters are in, the best thing to do here, ladies and gentlemen, next best thing is for Andrade and Charlo to go at it. Andrade to go fight Charlo. And I respect Andrade, man. If he's really going to pull up on Charlo versus Montiel, if he's going to pull up on Charlo, man, let's see how Charlo reacts. I'm going to keep a very close eye on this. Let's see how Charlo reacts. Don't give no excuses and run around. No, I'm going to go fight Triple G, man. And no, dude. Fight prime champs fight prime champs. You know, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear this. Oh, I'm going for Triple G. No, I'm going to still wait for Canelo. And no, dude. Let's go, Charlo. I still have faith in this guy. I still believe in him. As a fan, I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. Oh, yeah, you're thinking he's a god and he's untouchable. Just shush, man. You see what I'm saying? Enough with the nonsense. This is a no-nonsense platform. Y'all know what it is here, man. You know what I'm saying? I still have faith in Charlo, man. I still have faith that he's going to do great things in the sport. And he's in his prime, and he has to do it now. He has to do it now. Charlo has to take advantage of the opportunities and alternatives, the best alternatives that he has in the palm of his hands. All these fighters have to do it. I'm just focusing on these fighters right now, but all these fighters got to do it. Because Father Time's ticking, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting around waiting for Canelo and just fighting these, you know, under par fighters, it's not going to cut it. Derevchenko, awesome fight. I mean, Charlo has had some decent competition. I'm not saying the best out there, no, but you know. Korobov, tough competition. Southpaw, last minute replacement. I mean, that was tough. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you know, Adams. I mean, it's time to step up. You know what I'm saying? Father Time is taking on these fighters, and them just waiting around, waiting for this big fight. I mean, you gotta start getting your hands on the people who are in front of you, like Andrade. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the next best thing. Next best fight for these guys. Man, so please opinionate, ladies and gentlemen. Please drop your comments, man. If you're tuning into real time, thanks so much, man, for tuning in, man. Renee Box Young, simple platform. We discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport boxing. Hit the notification bell because I'm pushing these lives. I'm pushing these videos. I'm pushing this content and this premieres of the videos like right now. So you know when I'm going live, so you know when I'm pushing the premiere, so you can go ahead and collaborate in real time and in the live sessions and the flash lives, comment in the comment section of the videos. And if you're tuning in afterwards, hey, go to the playback. I really appreciate you. Comment in the comment section. I just appreciate each and every one of your support. I love you all. Thank you so much. Renee Box Young, comment in the comment section. What do you think about this? Realistically speaking, ladies and gentlemen, this is the best fight right now at 160. For now. I'm talking about for now. Okay, I'm talking about for now, the time frame of this year. These two guys got to go at it, man. Thanks so much, man. Peace out. Stay safe.